you're going to see me do a little dance. This is Corey Investor Dark Matter right here.
I'm talking AGP, AntiGravity, project I respect, staying true to the tech. We got the evil address and the pink Miss Will, got the dark matter token going up, I can tell. Hey, I can tell this is the start of something fresh. Shout out Hex Revision and Donna Hex, yes. I confess, Hexicans don't stress, cause as a community we one up. So tell me, are you in, or tell me, are you out? Do you want to win, or do you chase the clout? What is this really about? The treasury and lottery. If you meant dark tokens, you can get a part of it. So how does it work? Let me explain. First you buy the dark token, now you're in the game. Then you mint the dark and get a fuel cell. That's an NFT, one that earns yield. As long as you have it, it feels like magic. But if you vaporize the NFT, that's tragic. So most think crypto is a game. Are you here for the fame or here to make a name? See, Hexicans reign, we create our own lane. I thought I told you, we the new financial gain. AGproject.io with the flow. And if you know what I know, then you know what I know. That's how it go. Something like to support the team, the dream. Public service announcement, t.me/anti-gravity saga. Hit the telegram. Tap in. It's for y'all. I'm talking AGP, AntiGravity, project I respect, staying true to the tech. We got the evil address and the pink Miss Will, got the dark matter token going up, I can tell.
There we go. I love that song. I'll play that over and over.
Yeah, it's a pretty catchy tune.
It's part of our art contest. You can vote for that song, and you can vote for the music video that AJ Rip City Hex made. I know what the winning move is in anti-gravity. You just mint the fuel cells. Get dark, mint the fuel cells, just like Corey Investor raps in the song. First you get the dark, then you mint the fuel cells, one that earns yield. As long as you have it, it feels like magic. If you vaporize it, that would be tragic. So you don't want to unwrap or burn, or as we call them, vaporize those ever. Hack in our game is to just mint as many of the fuel cells as you can and buy as many of the older fuel cells if they ever come available on the market, because they get a higher yield. The older, the better.
We don't have bigger pays better. We don't have longer pays better. We have older pays better.
So this is the art that's attached to the first NFT. We call this the Michael Jordan rookie card because this one gets the highest yield from the treasury forever, basically. If you go to anti-gravity, there's a lot of stuff going on here. We have the contract address up top, and then you basically have the wish well, the minting, and the collective, which are three big options down below, and they're also listed above. We're just going to go to minting because that's the main thing that you want to do if you have dark tokens or if you buy dark tokens. Every 33 days, this clock right here counts down to a minting window. When this counts down, you will have 11 days to join the next game, or as we call them, journeys. You'll have 11 days to mint one dark matter token into one fuel cell NFT. Fuel cell NFT is basically your game piece to this game. So you have 11 days to mint, then this will close and this clock will start back over at 33 more days. It's a limited time amount to join each journey of the game.
Is the fuel cell NFT that I create from the dark when the window's open, is that unique to the particular journey that is upcoming?
Yes, we're on journey 3 of the game, and the last window that was open was minting journey 3 NFTs. When this closes, we'll be minting journey 4 NFTs. Your NFT has a couple mechanisms to it. It has beautiful community created art. I would want to go to Pulse Market app because if you go to my wallet, you can see the different game pieces. So you have the 3 of these NFTs that were in Journey 1. You have one Journey 2 NFT, which has this art created by Red Squirrel. This is the J3s.
Is it good, bad, indifferent to have one or more of these fuel cells?
I would recommend trying to get fuel cells in each one of the journeys because the older pays better. They split 3% of the treasury every 45 days. So every 45 days, the treasury pays 3% of its total amount to all of the remaining J1 fuel cells or Journey 1 fuel cells. Yield goes down by 10% every journey. Starts at 3, then it goes to 2.7, and then it goes to 2.43, and so on.
If somebody wasn't participating before, those are things that are purchasable on the open market somehow.
Yes, if you come here to Pulse Market app, here are 6 of the J3 NFTs for sale for about $19 each. You go to our Telegram, there's a specific daughter address of the mystery box that's selling, and we know for sure that those ones have not won the lottery or been scraped. These other ones, they may or may not be live lottery tickets.
Well, the fuel cell for any given journey receives a number of benefits. One of them is that there's artwork of some sort like these that are attached. Another is that there's some sort of treasury funding that occurs in different ways.
Yes, that's a really good way to put it. You have the art, you have the treasury, and you also have the lottery. If you were to go back to this main page with the minting and you click on tools, it'll take you to the beta page, which is beta.agproject.io. And this is where you can see the lottery and you can see the treasury. The lottery is cool because if you minted for Journey 3, your NFT is a lottery ticket that is entered into 3 drawings unless it wins. There are 3 drawings, a big, bigger, and biggest drawing of dark matter, and your fuel cells have a 1 in 21 chance of winning one of these drawings. We have 106,000 fuel cells that were minted for Journey 3. Each one of those fuel cells has a 1 in 21 chance of winning one of these lotteries. We had the last lottery last Wednesday, so each winner got 10.99 dark matter tokens. One fuel cell is one winner. When you mint the NFT, 20% of that money that was used to mint goes into the lottery, 77% of it goes into the treasury, and 3% of it goes to the team. So in 5 days and 4 hours, 1,700 more winners will be drawn. And it will depend on this right here. This is saying there's 14,244 dark up for grabs. You got 30% of the jackpot that's going to be drawn out in 5 days. Equal about 8 dark matter per winner. This is a nice dopamine hit. This is the icing on the cake because as soon as I hit scrape and I pay the fees to the network, these tokens show up in my wallet as liquid tokens. I can go sell them. I can go liquidity provide. I can hang on to them for the next game. Whether or not my fuel cell wins this lottery, it becomes a piggy bank afterwards. On the last day of each journey, the treasury will pay out to every active fuel cell. And right now we've got about 25% of our supply locked in the treasury. So the treasury's paid out about almost 13,000 dark so far that are inside the fuel cells from Journey 1 and 2. And then as Journey 3 ends, it will receive its first payment. Journey 1 and Journey 2 will also receive payments. The interesting thing about the treasury is it is locked inside the NFTs. Payouts from the treasury are unclaimable until you vaporize your fuel cell, till you break open your piggy bank. Then it becomes a game of chicken to see who's willing to wait longer and let their piggy bank fill up fuller with dark matter.
Right.
And who just wants to smash it open as soon as the price jumps. Your piggy bank fills with coins until you smash it open. And if you smash it open, your share of the coins go to the other people who have not smashed open their piggy bank.
Okay.
It starts out as dust because it's 3% split up amongst 161,000 piggy banks. As this treasury swells and bloats, the payouts become more and more significant. At some point, it reaches a tipping point where it starts to exhaust the treasury because it's paying out to multiple wallets and it's compounding. Eventually, it will return to dust again. However, as long as PulseChain is running, this will continue to pay out every 45 days indefinitely.
Okay.
There's definitely a curve and a sweet spot to mint these, and that's why Journey 1, 2, 3, and 4 are so valuable because they're going to get the lion's share of this treasury over time.
Very cool.
Also, now we've talked about you take the dark matter, you mint it for a fuel cell. The fuel cell has some cool art, and it also is a lottery ticket for 33 days. Then it turns into a piggy bank. So that's kind of the 3 main parts of the NFT. Zooming out to the evil address, that's the next tab here. The evil address, it's got an unfair advantage. The evil address started out with 65% of the 1 million tokens. It's a smart contract that is set to mint almost all of its tokens into NFTs. You can actually see the evil address's minting schedule under our darker paper.
I love it. Darker paper.
We started with 1 million dark tokens, but the evil address got 65% of that. The mystery box got got 24% of that. And then 11% were given out to people that participated in the mining and the Wishwell era. They also received airdrops. We had close to 1,000 addresses given to us from No Permissions and Randy, and we got about 1,000 addresses from the Forge NFT holders. That's where the bulk of supply hit the market. And as I said, when you mint one for one, you mint one dark matter token into one AG NFT or fuel cell NFT, then it gets split into the treasury, the jackpot or giveaway address, and the space toll or the team tax. So this is just basically, where does the dark go after mint? We don't burn it. We don't take it. It actually funds the entire game. When you mint, playing the game funds the game. Here's the evil address minting schedule, and it shows how many NFTs it's going to mint each journey. You have the reward payout schedule where it shows the yield from the treasury dropping by 10% every journey. And as you can see, the evil address has gone really heavy in the top 4, even the top 5, even the top 6. The evil address is really following the schedule of the treasury payout. It's kind of inverse right there.
Yep.
So there's 33 journeys, all last 45 days, which is just barely over 4 years. This whole game will be about 4 years long. And at the end of those years, the evil address is going to deplete itself in minting the game pieces. The treasury will be paying out 29% every 45 days. Imagine that would deplete and exhaust the treasury pretty quickly. I believe that the tipping point is somewhere here around 7, 8, or 9. There's more money going into the treasury for the whole beginning, and then it hits a point where it's even amounts going out. It drops to where it depletes.
Okay.
So there's like a life cycle to our treasury, which our treasury had no tokens in it whatsoever when we started, and now it's got 25% of the supply. And as you can imagine, we're going to be doing a lot more of the supply is going to end up here in the treasury. Most people don't realize we only have 1 million tokens. There's no inflation. There's no way to get more. In fact, at the end of the 33 chances to mint or play the game, there's something called the rapture. If you have dark matter tokens in a wallet and you're not using them in the game or for liquidity providing, they're going to be destroyed forever.
Wow.
There will be a day when our circulating supply is 0 outside of LP. We have never seen anyone do this before. It may skyrocket us up to insane values, and it might take us to 0. But that's one of the insane experiments that we're trying with this game.
Fun.
Yeah.
Everybody very sticky.
Kind of like game of chicken, where someone says, I got a buy and burn token. And then someone says, well, I got deflationary token. And then there's just a guy in the corner, like playing with a knife. He has a weird look on his face, like the Joker. And he's like, I'm taking mine to 0. That's us. We're the psycho in the corner that said, we're taking our supply to 0. That's how seriously we scarcity around here in AntiGravity. Now that you know what the evil address does and is, we've had a couple variations on the game come out where the evil address was sitting on something like 17,000 dark matter tokens that it had won in lotteries. It had not scraped or harvested them. The collective is what we call our group, the good guys, the underdogs, the collective. They were able to hack the evil address and add this scrape button to, this was the one that was blurred out forever. You can basically steal the evil address's lottery winnings and roll them over into the next jackpot. They robbed this evil address blind within hours of the last drawing. That's why there's a 0 right here. They abused the hell out of this. But the evil address is a smart contract, and it is going to mint all of those into fuel cells. But if you want to piss him off, you can actually hit this button during the minting window and mint ahead of schedule for him. So you're minting on behalf of the evil address, and you're pumping money into the treasury and the lottery when you do so.
All right.
And of course, Vaporize, there's a really cool feature here that we're working on moving to another place on the website. That's because you don't even want to come here. You don't want to even go close to this button, approve and vaporize. You do not want to break open your piggy bank, especially this early in the game. One feature that is worth coming here for some of you is if you just hit 7. So I've got 7 fuel cells in here. Instead of hitting approve and vaporize, I don't want to do that. There's this little button right here. It says view selected fuel cells. You can see those fuel cells that I was showing you on the Pulse Market app. Here's the 3 from Journey 3 that haven't been paid anything yet. Here's the one from Journey 2 that's got 0.04 dust accumulated in it. And then here's the Michael Jordan rookie cards that have 0.07. At the end of this journey, 3 will receive its first payment, 2 will receive its second, and Journey 3s will receive their third payment. This is going to accumulate a lot faster with the older ones than with the newer ones.
Right.
We plan on moving this feature to another place on the site so you don't have to come to this dangerous neighborhood and risk nuking yourself by vaporizing.
Cool.
And we get all of of our art for the NFTs from a community contest. If you go to Twitter and you go to communities, there's a group called The Collective, and you do have to join this in order to participate. But here, for instance, Zephyr Trips just barely put this up for the art contest. We count the likes and the retweets here as votes. So nice. I'm also going to like it and I'm going to repost it. When you repost it, it actually goes outside of the community so that everyone on Twitter can see it. One of these pieces of art is going to be chosen for the NFT in Journey 4. Insanity going on with the passion and creativity here. We have just insane. We have songs, we have poems, we have videos, we have art, we have all sorts of crazy things going on right now, that one of these is going to be to win. That community is hands down the best damn community in crypto. Like, I'll put my 50 psychopath badasses against 1 million Robinhood traders, and I guarantee that our products are going to win over theirs.
Oh yeah.
And the top finalists will receive 10,000 reward points and 10 dark. And then the final winner gets 10 dark and 1 million reward points. When we were starting to raise money for bootstrapping this project, we had something called Galactic Wish Well, where you could go throw cryptocurrency and make a wish. It was like an actual true sacrifice phase where you were just literally throwing money into a wish well and making a wish. We came up with this rewards program for them. These are the reward points with the art contest. Every dollar was worth points, and then you got bonuses for participating in more than one fundraising part. You also get reward points every time you mint a game piece. You start out as an informant. There's not really any rewards, so you get all the way up to lead operator, which has about 10,000 reward points. Anyone that was, in the top finalists of that art project, they would hit lead operator. They get some cool stickers and swag that we've mailed to quite a few people. And then you work your way up the ranks and you go from operator to technician to agent to navigator to officer to admiral. The highest rank we have right now is second navigator. So these guys have several million points from donating really heavily in the mining phase and also minting a ton of the NFTs. These guys get spacesuits embroidered with their name on it. They also receive everything leading up to that. So all these printed out posters and stickers and patches and pins. The next thing we have are like backpacks, laptop cases, nothing great, but then it moves into like custom watches, custom suits. And if someone is bananas enough to go all the way to Grand Admiral, which is 332 million points, by the way, they get a high-end car and a Grand Admiral cat. We're talking about $120,000 car. Obviously, they would get everything leading up to that as well. Custom watch, the tailored suit, laptop. This is a side game. Community knows a lot about. I don't think many people in crypto land know that there's reward points and there's the dark matter.
What is the ledger for these points? Are they held and captured by the NFT or some other way?
Some of these points are automated by things like minting the NFTs, and other points of these are manually added by our team to the back end. When we have things like the art contest, these would be manually added.
But added to what? To a person's name in an Excel spreadsheet?
It's tied to the address. We actually have the leaderboard on the website. If you scroll down here, this will show the points and the ranks, and they're tied to the wallet address.
Okay, there you go, tied to a wallet. So if somebody wants to sell some of their fuel cells, they're not losing that reward point stuff.
You would never lose your reward points. They're with your ring forever. If you go to our AntiGravity Saga Telegram and you click on Rings of Dust book, we've actually had people helping us revise and edit a 25-chapter sci-fi novel. We're writing all the tokenomics that I've been explaining embedded into this story. And we've been paying these people who have been reviewing the rough draft in reward points and dark matter tokens. Wow. So you can earn dark matter tokens and reward tokens with art, with helping with the book, and with minting the NFTs. All those things will push you up in the ranks. We're actually building another game on top of dark, which is basically Russian roulette. It will market by dark and it will be played in stable tokens. We're going to let people play Russian roulette while they wait for the next lottery as well.
There you go, game within a game.
Yeah, it adds buy pressure and does market buys on thin liquidity. And of course, I don't know if you've heard the lore of the Pink Mist Well. This game is in honor of the Pink Mist Well, is that there's about 11% of the supply locked in liquidity. So altogether, they've got about 84% of the whole supply locked. Interesting thing about dark matter was that there's less than 1 million tokens. Out of those 1 million tokens, 500 have been burned or sent to the dark matter address. Basically, in the top 6 wallets of dark, there's 94% locked up. 3 of them are the smart contracts for the evil address, the treasury, and the lottery. One of them is the mystery box, which has been providing liquidity and doing giveaways. And then there's 2 wells, one of them including this pink mist well. If you think about diamond hands, we have 94% of our supply in diamond hands already, and more of it is going to go into the treasury, which is going to reward the NFT holders. People realize how few dark matter there actually are on the market and how valuable those NFTs might be in the future. We could see a real frenzy.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. You got some good dynamics behind it that are similar to Watsa's and all that. Got the right game theory programmatics.